Welcome to Shaun Show. My name is Shaun. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. There's a lot here for the channel. I always answer everything down below. So if you have a comment, if you want a dialogue, let's talk about it. Now I had to listen. Today is supposed to be a day where it is the future of the NFL. That's what today's supposed to be for. It's supposed to be for teams that maybe one piece away or two pieces away from getting into the playoffs or becoming a legitimate contender in the playoffs, or being a team that is looking for their next franchise quarterback for the next 10 years. Like, that's what today was supposed to be about with the NFL draft. Now, normally what happens before the draft is all of the dialogue, all the talking is about who's going to move, who's going to trade where, what is there any last minute conversations that's going on, is there, second guessing of anything, is there new news reports that come, like that's what happens in NFL draft day. That's what happens. I didn't expect for the life of me that before the NFL draft that I would see pop up on my phones and my alerts that Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. Now, just to unwrap this thing, this all started last season, when they drafted in the first round a quarterback. Now, Aaron Rodgers, we've never really seen him speak publicly against the team. That's never really happened. Even when he had his dialogue and back and forth with Mike McCarthy, and they were saying that they were butting heads behind the scene publicly, we never actually saw that. So when this situation happened and, Aaron Rodgers started throwing a little shade out publicly, it was kind of like a new vibe and version of Aaron Rodgers that we've never seen before. So he then put his money where his mouth is. He played a hell of a season, was a league MVP, and basically lost to what would be the Super Bowl champions. Now, with that loss, we can put that loss on, well, there's two pivotal things that happened. First pivotal thing is when it was 4th and 1 and they went for a field goal rather than trying to go for a touchdown. And the other pivotal thing is, Aaron Rodgers, like the defense held, but Aaron Rodgers didn't get an opportunity to really light it up. I don't know what happened. There was a miscommunication between the coaching staff and Aaron Rodgers, but that day just was not his best football. Blame could be placed everywhere. And normally when those type of situations happen, somebody gets fired, somebody gets blamed for it. And in this case, it was the defensive coordinator that got blamed for it. And they have a new defensive coordinator in Green Bay, even though they were ranked 9th in defense last year. I liked our defensive coordinator that we had. And I said "our" because I am a Green Bay Packers fan, but I'm going to be as very real about this situation as possible. So we had all this background that happened. And then, when the playoffs were over for Green Bay, and then he says, oh, I don't know what the future's going to bring. It's a great mystery. And, everyone started jumping up and down and saying that he's leaving. All the talking heads, which I'm very sure, and I appreciate you listening to me, and we're having a dialogue about it, because I know everybody is speaking about this thing, but I approach things from a situational standpoint, and I speak real about it. I don't bring you reports. I don't read really news articles. I kind of break things down from what's real about this situation. So I appreciate you tuning in. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So this whole situation happened, and that brings us to this point. Now, in the background for, months during the off season, everyone was talking about possibly getting Aaron Rodgers to restructure his contract. They were also talking about, and it wasn't as big as rumors or whisperings as the restructuring, but offering him a new contract. So now we're at this stage where I guess dialogue has been going back and forth secretly behind the scenes between both parties. Aaron Rodgers' agent, him, and the Green Bay Packers organization, which I don't know if you know this, but the Green Bay Packers organization is ran very, very weird, right? There's really no owner of the Green Bay Packers. So there's really not someone that can come in and clean house per se. It's a really strange structure. It's like one of the strangest structures in an NFL, because normally when these type of situations happen, if your star is upset with someone, upset with management, upset with the coaching, upset with president, GM, whatever, then that person is gone and you stick with the star. But in this situation, there's really no owner to fire this person, to fire the president, to fire the GM. It's just weird. It's a weird structure. So in the background, all these conversations have been happening with Aaron Rodgers, his agent, and the Green Bay Packers organization on working on a new contract. And it comes out today that whatever their last meeting was, whatever their last conversation was, whatever the last bit of bargaining that took place between both parties, whatever the last thing that happened, it got so heated and it got so bad that one of the reporters stated that, and I don't know if this is true, but one of the reporters stated that one of the management screamed at him that we're going to trade you during the off season, next off season. Then Aaron Rodgers said, I don't want to play for Green Bay anymore. He's telling his players, his teammates, that he doesn't want to play for Green Bay anymore. Now, do I think that actually happened? Yeah, I think that there was an argument. I think that there was some things that were said that maybe shouldn't have been said. And I think that when you are in a business discussion, even, let's not even talk about business. Let's just talk about if you got a girlfriend, or women out here that have a boyfriend, or if you have a boyfriend. If you go that way, I'm not tripping. That's your life. So, you ever been in a fight with your partner, and you've ever gotten in such a bad place and so mad at that person that you said something that you didn't mean? I've done it. I know you guys have done it. If you haven't done it, I'm sure that one day you will do it, where you just get so mad or so frustrated or so whatever, you say something that you really don't mean. Like you say something that's really hurtful, or you say something that's really personal, or you say something that, you no longer are trying to win the fight. You're trying to shut the other person up and down. Like, have you ever been in a situation like that? I'm sure you have. So if you've been in those type of situations, then just imagine when we're talking about money. When we're talking about money, and we're talking about millions of dollars, and we're talking about the future of the franchise, and we're talking about, making a run to the Super Bowl, if we're talking about, being relevant, because, teams that get in the playoffs, they get money for that. They get extra TV revenue. They get players get bonuses as they go on. Like, it's a whole business. Ticket sales go up, for the stadiums, for home games. Like, it's a whole business model for winning, right? It's a winning business model to win, right? So things I think were said that Aaron Rodgers was probably holding on the inside of him. Things that were said probably from management, they were probably holding on the inside of him. And Aaron knows that by leaving Green Bay and going to another situation, going to another coaching staff, restructuring his, not restructuring, but, reshaping his image as a winning quarterback, there's a lot of guys there that he loves and he likes. And it's going to be very difficult to just get up and leave. Now, the whole thing, if you remember, the narrative going into this past season was that they needed more wide receivers. And management, and I give them credit on that, the wide receiver core that they had, they kept. And they just decided that they wanted Aaron to basically create a chemistry with him. They knew him. They knew where the ball was going to be. They knew how to run routes, and if those routes weren't, available. They knew how to get open if the quarterback is, scrambling. They knew this. And they built this relationship with Aaron. And when they built this relationship with Aaron, it ended up being MVP season for them, and them being, literally a game away from going to the Super Bowl. So he knows what he has. He knows what he's built. He knows what's there at Green Bay. He knows that they're a good, well, not good because they had a good defense, a solid defense away, a scheme away, a play call away, an injury to another team member, and I don't like injuries, but I'm just saying, let's just say Tom Brady got injured, God forbid. If they were going against another quarterback that was not seasoned, I mean, they were in the Super Bowl. Like, they're just a little bit away from being in the Super Bowl and being Super Bowl champions. And I think things were said that upset both parties. They got it off their chest. Aaron Rodgers had said that he wants to retire a Packer. He made that known. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I think that Aaron is going to re-sign with Green Bay. I think they're going to figure this thing out. I think that whatever money's on the table, because remember, there was a lot of contentiousness between Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. There was a lot of back and forth between them in terms of getting a contract signed. He wanted a lot more money, and he was like, just franchise me again. Like, it went back and forth, and then they eventually got the deal done. Jerry Jones got the deal done, but it was a very heated, contentious type situation. Why? Because it was about business. It was about money. It was about making sure they had enough cap flexibility for the future. And that's what always happens in these type of conversations, in these type of situations. So I do think that Aaron Rodgers will be a Green Bay Packer. He will play next season for the Packers. And I do think that they will figure this out and they will give him an extension, because as bad as management is, they're not stupid. And they know that Aaron Rodgers, you're not going to trade your MVP quarterback. You're not going to do that. Your multiple time MVP quarterback. You're not going to then build up every single, position. You got running backs. The wide receiving core is developing. Your defense is top 10. And then now you need another quarterback. You're not going to go backwards. You're going to go forward and figure this thing out. So again, you're going to hear a lot of people talk and a lot of people speculate. But I think at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers is going to stay a Green Bay Packer, and they're going to figure this thing out, and then everybody's going to say, oh, do you remember when? That's what I think. So guys, again, if you like the show, please comment, please subscribe, please thumbs up this thing. That would be great. And remember, comment down below. Do you think that he's going to be a Green Bay Packer? Do you think there's a package out there that's good enough to make Green Bay say, okay, let's move on? Because the draft happened, and they could have put something together to literally get their next quarterback, but they said no. Even the 49ers GM admitted that they spoke to Green Bay, and it was a quick conversation. So what do you think? Is he going to be a Packer? And if so, for how long? And I'll see you here next time on the Shaun Show.